Hey everyone, it's Steven. Today I'm at the 2024 Chicago Auto Show. First stop is going to be the all-new 2024 Toyota Land Cruiser. Looks pretty sharp. I love the retro styling. The interior looks pretty darn nice too. Here's the 2024 Toyota Tacoma, fully redesigned. Looks very similar to the Tundra. I love this burnt orange color though, this cool desert environment. The auto show always has some fun activities to do. It's an off-roading simulator. Isodynamic performance seat, pretty cool. Sponsored by TRD Pro. Very exciting car here. This is the new Crown Signia, basically the SUV version of the Crown. Looks very sleek. Love the similar styling to the new Prius. It's awesome. Here's a cool Chicago Cubs themed Grand Highlander. Very interesting wrap. Otherwise, you've got a lot of SUVs around. Toyota's always a very popular exhibit. Got the Venza Corolla Cross over there. They're always so shiny, I love it. Here's a little test drive track. Got some Hyundais. There's the Kona EV, Ioniq 5, and the Ioniq 6, my favorite car. Here is the new Santa Fe. Honestly, probably my favorite design of 2024. I love it. It's so cool. I love how boxy and futuristic it looks. It's not even an EV. Very cool wheels on this model here. Looks like we can look at the inside of this one. Pre-production model. Interior looks pretty sleek. Very boxy as expected from Hyundai. I love the new design language of new Hyundais. So cool, they've been killing it for the last few years. That's the 2024 Kona. Over here is the gorgeous Sonata N-Line. Looks awesome. We've got the new Elantra there as well. All their vehicles just look so good these days. All right, here comes Chevy. Not too much exciting from them, but this is a very good looking EV Silverado. Silverado EV. Otherwise, you've got the Trax, Trailblazer, some other kind of boring things, but I do love the look of this Silverado. It is massive. This attractive vehicle right here is the new ID7. The rear really reminds me of the Model S, right? Very cool looking car though. I've always loved the Arteon and wish that the Arteon did better or was just a better vehicle in general. I really like the looks of it though. Volkswagen's doing a pretty good job staying current, I feel. Another candidate for cutest cars, the ID Buzz. Love this thing. Still can't believe it's actually going to be on the road eventually. Very, very cool. Lots of attention on this minivan. I love this fake snow here. Looks like an off-road oriented Aria. Unfortunately, the Aria is not doing so hot, so don't know how realistic that vehicle is going to be. Looks good though in this gray. I do like this gray. It's getting quite a bit of attention. Chicago drives electric. ID4, the new EV9, love it. I saw one on the road earlier today in Chicago. It looks really cool. EV6 over there. Got an F-150 Lightning there too. Mustang Mach-E, very cool. So silent. I love the i7, love the lit up front fascia. This is just really cool. Chicago is definitely, the auto show is moving towards many, many EVs. I feel like half the vehicles here are probably EVs now. This is a really cool place to show them off. This is pretty sweet. All of the generations of the Camaro. Such an iconic car. Very, very cool. Chevy is also advertising the new Corvette E-Ray. 0 to 60 in 2.5 is absurd. I love the E-Ray. I think it's such a cool car. I can't wait to drive one of these. The gas-powered Corvette was already one of my favorite vehicles to drive. The E-Ray was got to be super cool. The Honda Prologue. I still feel like spelling Honda in title case is interesting. Looks good. I like the color. Can't go into this one, but decent. I do find the styling of this kind of interesting. New Type R as well. Pretty neat. Love those racing seats. If only you could find one not marked up like crazy. They had this here last year, but this is the Honda Jet Elite. People love looking at this. Oh, there's a big line to look at this. Here's the Integra Type S. I hear so many good things about this. Can't wait to drive this. After the success of the MDX Type S, super cool. Wow, the new electric ZDX. Haven't seen one of these yet. I do love this yellow color. On the MDX, it looks fantastic. Oh, also a Type S. Cool. Can't go into this one, unfortunately. The interior does look very different from the MDX, which is pretty cool. I felt like some of the interior of the MDX looks a little dated at this point. This is the X2 M35i. Super cool, I love the look. The black and the red looks very, very sporty. I love how they took design cues from the X1, one of the best looking SUVs out there right now. We've got the X7. I love this midnight blue color. It looks very similar to the Porsche midnight blue, which I love. The M60i. Of course, they have only the M models here. We've got the 7 Series here. Love the look of this. Even though the X5 only got refreshed and not redesigned, I still think it is probably the best looking midsize SUV out there. Love this tanzanite blue, such a cool color. Here's the i5. Looks good. I'm glad they didn't deviate too much from the styling of the normal 5 Series. Check out the interior of the i5. Look, Harman Kardon sound system. I love the ambient lighting. Looks very cool, similar to their new X5. This BMW exhibit is super crowded, but look how attractive that 7 Series grille is. I honestly love it. I don't know if I would agree with that statement personally. I do love the new Mazda CX-90. I actually just drove this recently in Philadelphia, so we'll be putting out a review of that one. This one is the plug-in hybrid variant, which is pretty cool. I do love the front fascia of this. Looks very upscale, premium. As you can see, the rear is a little interesting. Here is Ford's infamous Bronco mountain. Pretty much every year they have this. I've always wanted to go up that, but the lines are always insane for this. Oh, they take off the doors of that Bronco Raptor. I love it. So cool. I love those orange seat belts. I honestly, the Bronco Raptor is very high on the list of vehicles I want to drive one day. Check out this Bronco off-roading. Very, very cool. Wow. Look at that line. Ford is always so popular here. Subaru has a very interesting marketing campaign here. Who did this? Subaru is always very into their nature, especially somewhere like Chicago where they are super popular. I imagine they go very hard on this auto show compared to some other ones. Very cool exhibit though. They always have probably one of my favorite exhibits.
Rear powered liftgate giving
2025 Forester.
access to that large cargo area. So we kept that panoramic moonroof.
Looks very similar
That's
to
still
the
a part of
Ascent.
Subaru Forester. We kept the
I do like the rear.
in the rear.
That's pretty nice.
As well as the rear quarter.
I will say I still
also
kind of
find
hate
as far
the
as
interior
tech
of this.
Inside the vehicle, the new 11.6 inch.
It's kind of funny that that infotainment system looks old at this point.
Center information display.
Such a cool display though. The new Carnival, very, very cool. I believe this is just a refresh rather than a redesign. Love the front fascia. I mean, the Carnival already looked very sleek. Look at that two-tone interior. Obviously, this is probably the highest trim. It's very nice though. Got a nice looking EV6 right there. But my actual favorite is this EV9. Looks like you can actually go into it. Winner of the North American Utility Vehicle of the Year. Tiny little frunk. Got EV9 here. Oh, those wheels. So cool. Got a nice screen in there. Nice seats. They look very, very upscale. Here's the IS500, naturally aspirated V8, last of its kind. Got a good looking LS here. Starting to look a little old though, a little dated. And now you have got a really, really popular car here, the TX. The front fascia kind of looks like a mummy, right? Bandaged up. Here you've got the RZ. I definitely like this more than the BZ4X. Hopefully it's a better vehicle as well. Interior looks quite nice. Big, massive screen. My old car. I always have a soft spot for the ES. Got the new LX there with that waterfall grille that quite literally never ends. The LC500 is always such a popular vehicle, even though it's pretty much the exact same as it has been over the last, like, what, 5-6 years now? But it just ages so well. People just seem to always gravitate toward this car. It's such a classic look. Oh, the Hummer EV. Cool colors. That orange has got to look really cool. It's like matte silver finish is interesting. Oh, I love it. I do like the rear of this new Acadia. It's so interesting having the trim name Denali up front and center like that. I almost thought this car was called the Denali. Looks pretty nice. Got GMC's new massive screen. Still don't love the tablet style when it's vertical. Well, the Buick exhibit is certainly not popular, but I do think they have some of the coolest redesigns lately. Here's the Envision. Okay, I'm so glad I found this. I saw videos of this online. Look at that, so cute. The Honda Motocompacto. Oh, I really want to see this. Look at this, love it. Trying to prove how easy it is. All right, the Cadillac Escalade IQ. You can always count on Cadillac to have a bold statement. I love those lights. They look fantastic. Still never driven an Escalade. Now, what is this all-black vehicle? The Lucid Air. I really don't like those wheels, but it works in an all-black Lucid. I actually drove one of these in Austin, Texas over the Christmas 2023, so love the two-tone interior. Definitely looks more upscale than the Tesla competitors. Right next to Lucid is Tesla, with their sexy vehicles. New Model 3 looks good. I'm glad they refreshed it, but I still feel like it's not as nice as some of the legacy car makers these days. I do love how minimalistic the interior is, but I love the ambient lighting bar. I do think that's my favorite update. I just don't think it's enough to compete with some of the newer EVs. All right, last but not least, certainly is the Cybertruck. Jeez, this has definitely the most attention out of any car here. Tons of people taking photos with it. It's crazy how smudgy. I like the ambient lighting. Good looking screen. You've got the square steering wheel, very controversial. Probably a very large front there too. Interior space looks decent. All right, so that's a wrap on the 2024 auto show. I do think they had some more vehicles here this year, which is pretty cool to see. I feel like it's been kind of dying over the last few years. No Porsche, no Audi, no Mercedes, unfortunately. But I do feel like they have more than before. I like seeing Honda, Acura, and some other brands. So hopefully this continues to get larger because I've been pretty disappointed in the last few years, but hope you guys enjoyed looking at some of the cars there.